Hi guys, welcome to our first screencast of the semester for mobile app design. So I will use screencasts throughout the semester just to put lessons up on our Google Classroom. So if you are ever missing class or you're behind or just need to review something, you can check out the screencast and maybe find something that can help you out. And then hopefully they can get you onto that next step here. So today we're going to just cover some of the basics. We're going to look at an introduction to the interface builder, just get you used to Xcode and just familiar with some of the different parts of it here. So first thing I want to have us do here is let's get Xcode going here. And then just when the screen opens up, you'll always see this view here. If you didn't want to, you could uncheck it here. But over on the right, we'll list just some of the apps you've worked on recently. So you probably have nothing over here at the moment. Don't worry, you will throughout as time goes. And then our options are to get started with a playground, create a new project, or check out an existing project. So right now, let's go ahead and click on create a new Xcode project, and let's get to work here. All right, so the first menu choice we have is basically we first want to make sure that we're under iOS. That's where we're working with iOS development here, application, and we want a single view application. Go ahead and click next. Product name, we're just going to call this one Welcome Back. We're all excited to be back at school here. Organization name and identifier, you can fill those in. I just have my first and last name I'm using there. That gets more important when you are actually pushing your apps to the App Store. And they need that information because it ties into your bundle identifier. But for now, we're okay. Language, make sure it's Swift. If it's the first time, yours might be set to Objective-C. Make sure you are at Swift, and we want to have universal devices. Okay, make sure these last two boxes are checked, and click on Next. All right, go ahead and save that. I'm just going to put a copy on my desktop for now, and we are in our app, and we are ready to go here. Okay, so we just created an app, if you believe that or not. Okay, so as we're looking at let's see here. Yeah, so as we're looking at our app here, it's pretty neat. Okay, so what we've got going on here is this is our interface builder. So this is where we're going to build our app here. So the first thing I want us to do is over in our project navigator, which is kind of the left side of the screen, click on main storyboard. Let's get this going. So right now, when you run an app, we've got our view controller. So this is what the user sees. Okay, so let's show you how this would work in your simulator. So up top here, you have different options. So you can preview your apps in different iPhone sizes. So I'm going to change mine to iPhone 6, and then when you hit this play button right here, it's going to build your apps. Basically, it's going to compile your code, make sure there's no errors, and it's going to give you a nice preview of what your app would look like in an iPhone here. So let's give this a second here. So you can see just kind of how convenient this can be. So you've got a little iPhone simulator. So obviously we have not done anything yet, so it's blank. All right, but you can see if you have an iPhone, or I'm sure you've seen one, you can kind of see how it looks similar to that. So it's a good preview for as a developer to see what's going on. All right, so as we look at this, we've got our left column, which I mentioned is the project navigator. These are where any file related to the project are going to be located. Okay, you can, if you don't want to have these open, you can come up to the top here and close that off, but I'd recommend keeping that open. Okay, so that's your project navigator. Over on the right is our attributes inspector. So this is going to give us the ability to change different things, about about our app, in terms of what we want things to look like. So to give a preview of that, let's go ahead here and let's go to the bottom right corner here and let's look for a label. So this is called our object inspector. If you're not seeing that, just click on this icon here, the circle with the square in the middle. That's your object library. This is where all the different things we can add to our app. So go ahead and type in label. All right, so we're going to find this label. We're going to drag this label out here, drop it on our screen. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and work with this. So now when we have our label selected, you'll notice over on the right here, we've got all these different attributes now we can change. All right, so they're plain. We're just always leave that as plain. All right, right here it says label, so we're going to click on that. We're going to change that simply to welcome back. All right, so that's going to, once you do that, type that in there and hit tab, you see your label changes. So now we just need to resize it so the full text fits there, and we're good. All right, going down color, all right, we can change the color of our app, or excuse me, of the text of our label. Okay, we can change the font if we'd like to. All right, so if you go to fonts and you go to custom, you can change a lot of the different options here. Okay, you can change that if you'd like to. What else here? We can change the font size in here. So kind of like working within a Word document. Okay, but either way, that's how you add a label on there, and we'll come back and look at some more things there. But before we do anything, go ahead and hit the run button, all right, so that way you can see how easy it is to add elements to an app and get them to show up here. So once that loads, you can see there it is. So we've got our app here. All right, our fancy iPhone here with it says "Welcome back." Okay, so you've just added, without doing any code, you change the appearance of your view of your apps. That's pretty cool. All right, pretty good first step there. So what we'll do right now is I'm going to stop this screencast at this point, just kind of let you, mess around with that for a little bit, and you maybe come back in and play around with some of the different features of the label and experiment a little bit there. But for right now, we're going to stop it. All right, and we'll come back and add a little bit more to our interface. But good start. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.